Making picks with Nick and Roll. Nick and Roll. Their picks might be a hatchet job. Less reliable than a cone on the cob, but I love hearing picks from Nick and Roll. Na, 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 na.
We're back. And real quick, Rob, one, did you like the new cut up? I did a little editing to make it somewhat better.
New but fresh. I liked it. I mean, last year our picks were a hatchet job, but we're smarter and wiser this year.
You were a newbie in the UFL. I was not. I've been watching it and I still got it wrong. And you know what always gets me? It's the Renegades. I'm such a homer that I always end up picking them, and I'll do it again. But before we go ahead, Rob.
That being said, one of our biggest mistakes far and away was to try to pick against the spread, which we should not have done. We should have just been picking straight up winners, and we've made that adjustment for this year. We're picking straight up winners.
Yeah, and I know we're pushing a little bit of time, and we are going to pick straight up winners. But real quick, Rob, this is the current power rankings. Do you see any problem with that? We got DC Defenders #1, Stallions, Orlando, Storm, St. Louis.
Put out by UFL Media or the UFL League itself?
UFL Media. This is UFL Media, and they are hard on the Renegades. They always have been, and I guess rightfully so in the last 2 years.
Yeah, no, I think it's totally fine. Anything that didn't have the DC Defenders up top, I would have been like, what are you doing? Continuity-wise, I guess Birmingham, but we don't even know if AJ McCarron knows how to coach. Did he figure out how to use the headset? Is he ready? We don't know. So, I don't know. It's all after #1, it doesn't matter. It's a talking point. It'll be a bigger talking point next week.
Yeah, it will be. I just wanted to post it real quick, but I didn't see anything that alarming over there. I'm always mad about the Renegades, okay? Because the UFL Media hates on the Renegades so much, but I'm a homer. I get it, and I know how bad I am.
The show is called Homer Hour.
It is called Homer Hour, yes, sir, and I am a big fan, so I hope they do well this year. But that's not the first game that ends up happening. The first game that's going to happen is the Birmingham Stallions on Friday are going to play at the Louisville Kings. The point spread does have the... God, I can't read it. 4.5 towards the Stallions. Rob, what are you thinking?
I did say that the Kings have someone who very quickly could become the best quarterback in this league on their roster. So, oh wait, no, that's the Storm. Oh my goodness, the Kings. Who did I say the Kings have? Oh, they have Jason Mean, Mr. #1 overall. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna give it to Louis. Who's the Louisville head coach?
Louisville, I believe Chris Redman. I don't want to get it wrong.
Let's see. Chris Redman.
Yes, Chris Redman.
Do we say he had coaching experience?
I believe no.
All right, then I'm going to give it to I wanted to give it to Louisville because I was like, the Stallions don't have a guy that can coach. He's just going to. But you know what? They've got the better of the two former quarterbacks that are being coaches. So Birmingham.
He's going Birmingham.
Lock it in at 10 million units.
Yeah, I'm going right there with you. You just got to go with the favorites for the most part on week 1, and I'm just going to go with Birmingham out there. AJ McCarron. I love Matt Corral. I do like Matt Corral, so I'm just going to go with the quarterback hot hand. I am nervous as hell about this AJ McCarron thing, but we're going Birmingham Stallions, and we'll see if they can perform. The next one we got is the DC Defenders against the St. Louis Battlehawks, a rivalry as one of the biggest rivalries in the UFL. I make a debate Renegades versus DC Defenders, but most UFL fans would say,
why is this a noon kick on a Saturday?
I don't know. I know they got the DC Defenders who have a lot of eyeballs, and then of course St. Louis Battlehawks. The St. Louis market's going to jump in on it.
I would
I'm
have
not too
done.
sure.
I would have done the Gamblers Renegades game at 3 still, but then I would have had the Defenders and Battlehawks on after that.
Prime time or move them to Sunday. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. This is a big game, especially for UFL fans.
Defenders Battlehawks, I probably would have put Sunday night. Granted, at the same time, they're going up against the opening weekend for baseball, so maybe I don't know the exact what games are going off. So maybe they were trying to get a big game in as a prelude, but it sucks because that game's not going to have a lot of national eyeballs. But hopefully, St. Louis isn't so mad about not having their coach they don't fill the stands.
Yeah. I hope they're not too mad. I really hope they're not, because that was kind of a botch job on the league, and I'm not a fan of them moving Anthony back. They love Anthony back over there. I think it's a terrible choice. I don't even like the fact that the rivalry is going to be week 1. I think that's a bad time for the rivalry because UFL fans are going to be engaged in this anyway. Let's mix it up and then actually get this rivalry kicked off somewhere in week 3 or 4, but hey, the schedule's the schedule.
Yeah, maybe split up that Columbus and Orlando game and have each one of them going to one of these 2 teams.
Yeah. Get the new teams to the older teams and then let them duke it out. So the DC Defenders are favored by 3.5 points. Do you love yourself some DC Defenders? Do you think they're going to be able to
I'm picking the Defenders here. Continuity with the same head coach, same quarterback, a lot of the same players. And there's no reason for them to be complacent because they're not in the NFL. They're trying to prove their worth and stick around. So I think they'll come out hard. They'll come out playing hard, especially because this is one of the more fun. This is probably the most fun rivalry in the UFL. Right now is this one right here. If the Renegades could win a little bit more, hopefully they do, that the Renegades could start saying that they're right there with these teams as well. But yeah, these are 2 of the best teams in the league, probably the 2 best teams, but Defenders, I'm giving it to them.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to the DC Defenders too. And if continuity equals winning, this team's going to do well because they're the only one that has almost complete continuity from last year, and they won the championship last year. So I think they're in really good position. I'm right there with you. DC Defenders should get an easy win. They lost their coach, Anthony Beck. We'll see if they can get improvements, but I'm just not big on the St. Louis Battlehawks. And maybe it's opening the gate to allow the Renegades to become that rival team for them. I hope so, because my rivalry standpoint is the St. Louis Battlehawks hate the DC Defenders, and I'm like in the back going, hey, I hate them too, but no one cares about the Renegades right now because we've been so bad the last 2 years. So yeah, that's definitely a big one. And we're both going DC Defenders, right, Rob, on that one?
We're both doing that. And then so now we're looking at 3:00 Central, 4:00 Eastern time. Houston goes to Dallas. Nick, who are you taking in this one?
Bro, it's not even close. Can I pick Houston week 1? I can. No, it's not happening. It's not happening in here. I'm not letting Houston beat Dallas on week 1. I'm not going to allow it. Dallas Renegades all day. The favorite, too, by 4.5 points. I don't know if I agree with that, but I guess the league's seeing something. But no, sorry, Houston. I get it. You have a strong defense. You're bringing back Henderson. You got Sumlin as the head coach, so that actually is going to be a nice advantage for them. I think that's a good change from CJ Johnson. No, Luis Perez is going to tear you up and get an easy win. Renegades all day. Sorry, Houston. I said it. Oh, and someone even left the chat. So, not the chat, but left the audience. Might have scared off a Houston fan. I don't care. Give me the Renegades. Give me the Renegades all day.
We're gonna go gamblers.
You gotta change it up.
Call it a change it up so we don't both pick, because I have a feeling we're both picking the same thing for the next game. I'm gonna go with and plus the Renegades just kept letting us down last year. So Renegades, prove me wrong. Make me pick you in week 2.
I love it. I love it. That's fine. That's fine. If that's the game where I pick up on you, I'll take it, Rob. I'll take it. Come get it.
And then if somehow Houston wins, I'll just shrug and say, it's not the team I wanted to pick, but I did something different.
Yeah, the classic, I hate it when I'm right, Jordan Shrug, you know?
So then we got the last game. Again, they're trying to make this Orlando Storm team into their new flagship team. Sunday, 7 p.m. on ESPN. So I guess there's no... Oh, wait, Sunday Night Baseball is no longer on ESPN. That's right. So this is going head to head with baseball, but I believe the baseball is going to be on NBC. Let me check this real quick. I'm curious. While I look this up, who do you think, Nick? Who do you think is going to take this down?
Oh, I got the wrong team. Sorry. I put them up. Oh, I put the wrong team up. Dang it. Let me go with the Orlando Storm just because I like Anthony Becht a lot and he's looking really good. So give me Orlando Storm. You also talked me into it with the former quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. I think he's going to be a good addition for them. And any talented quarterbacks going into this league is going to be good for Anthony Becht. So yeah, give me the Orlando Storm. I believe the Columbia's Aviators came from the Memphis Showboats, so if they moved over a lot of those players in that direction, the Memphis Showboats were by far the worst team in the UFL. So I'm going to say they continue on doing what they do, and the Orlando Storm are going to end up winning it.
I mean, the only famous player I had for the Aviators is only famous because his younger brother's better than him. Yeah, Orlando Storm, I think for the league, hopefully it's not a blowout and it's entertaining all the way down and it is within that 1.5 points, but it would not shock me if this was a double-digit win for Orlando. And yeah, so ESPN, I guess, is going to go with hosting Sunday night UFL games for the spring, going head-to-head with NBC, but at least in week 1, NBC is not putting Sunday Night Baseball on their regular network. It's just on Peacock, so ESPN has a chance to steal some viewers. Interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like, I know we're on the same page with the Orlando Storm. Looks like they're only favored at 1.5, Rob.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll definitely see. That's for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, and it looks like for that Saturday, having that early Saturday game, I think they're just trying to get something in before all of the baseball games start kicking off around 1:00 Central and just roll right on through. And that Saturday, and they don't have a Saturday night game. It's probably smart because Fox has Yankees at Giants. Those are 2 huge markets. So that makes sense why then it's a morning and a mid-afternoon game on Saturday. But again, goes back to the point I was making at the end of last season. Put these games midweek.
We are in March Madness too. That's another thing. I don't like that. You got to give us something right before because March Madness is going. By the way, shout out to Texas. Are you going to mention them in other sports?
I mean, Texas is not my number one basketball team. Providence Friars are, but I still root for them when they're playing. But also, your Cornhuskers, legendary battle of all-time basketball legendary schools here. Iowa, Nebraska, Sweet 16.
That's right, America. Deal with it. That's what I have to say. Deal with it. Yeah, like March Madness and things like that. I used to argue against the idea of actually starting this league back in February, and I get why they have to because there's players getting cut in the NFL, and you can possibly get a roster spot in there. But man, if they would transition this straight off the Super Bowl like the XFL did, I was completely wrong. I think it works. It gets right into it, and people get excited. You say the other way.
I like this better. It lets people breathe a little bit, and decide they're missing football. So I think that's good. But you can be smarter with how you're setting up your market. And if we were playing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays or Wednesdays and Thursdays, you'd be going up against regular season NHL and NBA and very early season baseball. You'd be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And they should do that. Especially in the beginning. Baseball's huge, but then it starts tapering off pretty quickly. It's such a long season.
It's a long season.
Yeah. But the baseball, the seam heads get really excited. And me too. I mean, I got to watch opening day for the Texas Rangers. Speaking of which, we do cheer for other teams, by the way. Rob, huge Boston sports fan outside of Texas when it comes to college. And, I'm a big Dallas sports fan. It's not just the Renegades. Should we talk about some of our other teams, Rob?
I think it's time.